Greetings and bienvenue, Midnight Crew. Thank you for returning to this broadcast. And welcome to new viewers joining us for the first time. If you like a video, then feel free to subscribe.
Let's have a good thread. Haven't seen one in a while. Several months ago. I'm home alone at night. I keep my apartment well lit so that I can see the bookshelf in my bedroom clearly when the bedroom light is off. I'm watching a movie on the couch. My cat is sleeping against my leg. Suddenly, a horrible feeling. Both me and my cat look up towards the bookshelf. Something is covering the bottom part of the bookshelf. I know I could see there before. It looks like something pitch black crouching. I feel like it's looking at me. I feel like a cornered rabbit. My cat refuses to look away or move. The door slowly starts to close. I nope out of there. I gotta go back in because I'm in shorts in the middle of winter in Colorado. The door stays shut, and I don't sleep that night. Of all the experiences in this apartment, that was the most menacing and frightening.
Not the most graphic story, but it's real, so. To add to the atmosphere, I should specify I live in a rural area. People live here and there, but pretty much it's woods, construction's in progress, and a few neighbors. My house is in the middle of a small wooded area. I have a big yard and 4 dogs. It's such a quiet area I don't even need fences because nothing ever happens. So anyways, sorry if I can't sum it up. I suck at Greentext. Be a summer night, probably 4 p.m. I'm up finishing a design for a client. Everything is disturbingly quiet as usual. Suddenly I hear the dogs start growling. It must be horses or some other animal wandering the area. Heck, they even growl at big spiders, so I pay no attention. The growling intensifies. They start barking. I'm weirded out but too concentrated to bother. They all keep barking non-stop for like 15 minutes. I'm too annoyed, so I decide it's time to check on them and find out what's the big deal. I open the front window and call them up. The dogs are too busy dogging to care. They're all gathered at the entrance of the property, barking at pretty much nothing. I stare for a while, looking around to see if there's something or maybe someone somewhere near, but I don't see shit. I scream at them. The dogs be dogging, so again no response, which I found weird because usually they come right when I call them. Finally, I decide it's time to go out and take them with me, because I'm the boss and I'm annoyed by their doggy attitude. As soon as I open the door and step outside, they all start sprinting towards the house, barking as if they were chasing some cat. I call them again, but they totally ignore me and stampede their way into the house. The dogs gather around a corner of the living room and start barking to where the TV is. Suddenly, the TV turns on. Okay. The dogs are still barking viciously. One of them, the one I consider I get along with better, stops this spooky behavior and returns to my side, making sad noises and moanings, anxiously walking in circles between me and the TV. If you have a dog, you know how unnerving this is. I try to calm her down, pet her. She sits by my side and continues to make these noises. The other dogs are barking and growling at the TV. It's a bit bizarre because it's late and there's some chick movie on. Suddenly the TV turns off. The dogs finally shut up. I nope the whole night, but I can't leave the house because buses don't start running until 6 p.m. and I have no car because I'm a poor freelancer. I sleep what's left of the night with my 3 dogs, the TV unplugged and the bedroom door shut. The 4th dog refused to come with me and stayed the whole night sleeping in front of the TV on the couch. Brave dog. I bought her dog candy the next day. Since that episode, I just don't open the door when I hear my dogs bark at late hours of the night. Too spooky for me. Welp, I guess these can be called minor incidents, but why not? Bear with me though, I'm a horrible writer. Be with my girlfriend making dinner. The dogs are with us inside. This was after the first incident, hence the girlfriend conveniently at home almost every night and the dogs with us. I tell her about these recent events to freak her out, 'cause it's fun. She's a bit spooked, but refuses to believe. We change the subject. I go take a leak. She stays in the kitchen, which is at the same time the living room. I'm washing my hands when I hear her. Anon? Anon? I rush from the bathroom to the kitchen. What? Anon, you're not funny. Stop being a prick. What? I'm gonna leave, you know. I don't even... She argued that while the TV turned on and off a few times. The last time it turned on, it started randomly changing channels. Not like zapping, but like from 1 to 34 and such. I couldn't really hear the TV myself, so I told her not to shit me. My girlfriend swears it's true. Big argument ensues because she's spooked and I don't want to believe her because I myself don't feel like feeling spooked that night. Eventually we call the night and leave dinner half cooked and go to bed with the dogs. Dogs are the universal answer to spooky matters, no joke.
Backstory. I go to a nondescript military college. There's an urban legend about this massive mural in the school's chapel of soldiers who died fighting for my school. It goes that at 3:33, if you hold your hand to it and say the names of the cadets who died, then all the windows of the church burst open simultaneously, and generally spooky shit happens. Here's my story. Be on night guard shift. My duty is to check if the chapel door is locked. Be an edgy cadet that doesn't believe in ghost stories. I check at 03:30 and discover that the door is unlocked. I proceed to the back of the chapel where the mural is. I reach halfway through the pews. I cannot move. I attempt to move forward. General confusion at my inability to move forward. I move backward, then move forward only to get stuck at the same spot. I get pissed at my inability to see if the rumor is true. I turn around and report to the guardroom that the door is unlocked. The officer in charge sighs. Let's go lock it. We show up. The door is locked. What? I continued to be pissed off that I couldn't complete my task of finding Spooky. Then I realized that was spooky. So here's some other people's revelations. A guy walks in and manages to make it all the way to the back. He says the names of all the fallen cadets. Nothing happened. I knew it was just creepypasta. He gets back to the guard room. The hand where he touched the mural was wet and bloody from a non-existent wound. The original reason for needing to lock up the chapel at night is because a foreign exchange Taiwanese student hung himself from the rafters there back in the 90s.
Well then, looks like your life isn't ready for you to proceed onto that part of it yet. But really, how did he do it?
The door was unlocked, so he just walked up to the mural in the back. It's part of our freshman initiation to the school to have the names, companies, and where the fallen cadet was from memorized so you can spit it out to any upperclassman who asks, or else do push-ups. So every cadet has it memorized. He just went up, placed his right hand on the mural, and repeated the same thing we've all repeated thousands of times. He got back, and his hand had a film of blood on all the spots that made contact with the mural. So like the bottom outside of his palm didn't have blood, because it didn't make contact. I wouldn't have believed him except for the fact we have a single sanction honor code. He said he freaked out at first because, obviously, blood. He cleaned it off in the sink, then realized there were no cuts or anything.
Some of these are hard to believe, but they all happened, mostly, in the same house, to the same family. Be good friends with my buddy Sam. My brother and I spent a lot of time in his house, which was literally above a liquor store. We slept over, played vidya, good times abound. Off topic, Sam was an asshole when he lost and would cheat. Back on track, he told me the place was haunted by 3 ghosts, an old man, a woman, and a dog. They liked the laundry room all the way at the back of the hallway. One day over Sam's house, I see a white figure scoot its ass along the laundry room. Nope, I tell his parents. Yeah, it happens. They're friendly. I sleep over Sam's house one night. There's a lamp on the left side of the room on a small table. I sleep. I wake up the next morning. The lamp is on the other side of the room, shattered into pieces. No one heard a sound. I'm a light sleeper. There's a party at Sam's house. Balloons are held down by tiny sandbags. Guests watch in horror as one of the balloons lifts off the ground, moves about 5 feet across the room, then gently lands. Nope. .exe has encountered an error and needs to close. Everyone rushes out of the house. Sam's older brother hates the ghosts. He screams at them to fuck with him if they can. It's Ogre. His leg gets yanked up from under him, and he begins to get dragged toward the laundry room. He is screaming bloody murder, pleading for them to stop and apologizing. He drops to the floor. Everybody what? No, but seriously, that was scary. And now, the out-of-home experience. At Sam's grandma's house. We sleep over. Sam wakes up freaking out, saying there was a demon that looked like the pink demon from Doom in the corner snarling at him, then disappeared.
Be me, B7, if I am not mistaken. My big brother is living in a small apartment not too far away. One evening I was watching TV with my parents. Someone is ringing the bell, and it's my brother. We weren't expecting him. You could see in his eyes that something really bad happened to him. He was shaking and looked frightened. I never saw an adult man so scared in my life. My mother asks what happened. He is too stressed to even talk. My parents sit him on the couch. He has this 1,000-yard stare. My mother calms him down. She asks what happened. He looks her in the eyes and says, "I saw the devil." My mother starts tearing up. She is a Christian and takes it really seriously. My father doesn't want me to see this and asks me to take my little sister and go to sleep. The next morning, I ask my mother what happened last night, and she tries to end the conversation before it even starts, and tells me everything is fine. My father wouldn't tell me what happened because he didn't want me to get messed up by all of this. Even my brother wouldn't tell me what happened. They probably asked him not to. He would always get silent when I asked him about it. I decided to stop asking him about it. Fast forward. B19. It's a holiday, a family dinner. I sit with my brother in the yard and ask him about that one time when he came back home all frightened. He finally told me that evening he came home to his apartment where he lived alone. The house's lights were off as he left them, so the entire place was dark. After he opened the door to his apartment, he said that the first thing he saw was this thing that looked like a man, only it had hooves instead of human legs, and it had horns on its head. Also, its head's formation looked nothing like that of a human. My brother froze in place. That thing just stood there, looking at him. Suddenly, the light at the end of the hallway, behind where that thing stood, lit up. That's when he just noped his life out of there.
Be me. Around 11 p.m., I decided to play some Xbox. I realized I left my controller at my sister's house, which is about a mile down the road. My sister usually stays up until 2 a.m. playing some Fallout or Oblivion, so I call her up and ask if I can come grab my controller. She says it's fine. I go start my car so I can drive over. The battery's dead. Again. I used to have a loose connection that would drain the battery. I decided to just walk over. It's dark, but I want to play some Skyrim. About halfway to my sister's house, I'm passing by a cornfield. Maine here. Something big walks out into the road. I shine my flashlight at it. It looks back at me. It stinks to high heaven, stands up on its back legs, and is a good 6'7" easily. It's staring straight at me, making pissed-off noises. It's a black bear. I immediately shut off my flashlight and hope it saunters off into the woods. They're usually pretty passive. I've seen one or two back when I used to go hunting a lot. The bear starts a slow run in my direction. Nope. While pissing my pants, literally, I wonder why this bear is coming at me. I hear a noise behind me. Take a look. It's a baby bear, and I just got between it and its mother. Mom sees me as a threat to her young and is coming to myrtleize my ass. I realize I have three options. Either drop and play dead, make myself look big and tough and try to scare away the bear, or run. If I run, I'm gonna get caught and wind up dead. I decided to first try to intimidate the bear. I spread my arms, stand up as straight as I can, and scream as deep and loud as I can. Well, I tried to. What came out was a total bitch scream. It's not very effective. The bear stops for a second and looks at me as if to say, "You serious?" Then she charges full steam at me. I immediately drop to the ground and assume the fetal position. The bear gets to me and starts sniffing at me. The baby bear is behind Mama at this point. The bear starts batting me around to see if I'm dead or just faking. I don't move a muscle. I feel the bear breathing on my arms, and it tries to take a bite of me. Instincts kick in, and I jump up extremely fast. The bear is startled at my sudden liveliness. The baby bear lets out a shriek of terror and hauls ass to the woods. Mom eyes me for a few seconds while I'm just panting, trying to catch my breath. I scream at the bear, "Run, fucker, go! Just fucking go!" The bear turns around and slowly walks into the woods, occasionally looking behind herself at me. Once the bears are no longer in my sight, I sit down in the road, check out my arms and my sides, cuts from bear claws everywhere, get up, and walk to my dad's place, only about 2 minutes from where I was. His girlfriend's a nurse. I don't have money for a hospital or insurance that'll cover bear attacks. Dad's girlfriend gives me stitches with 4 shots of whiskey serving as anesthesia. Dad drives me to my sister's house to get my controller, then brings me home. Dad's girlfriend hands me a bottle and says, "Take one of these whenever you need them." It turns out to be leftover Vicodin from a surgery my dad had. I go home, take a Vicodin, and play some Skyrim. Never fuck with bears again.
All right, I have one. B15. Playing video games at a friend's house. It's like 3 in the morning. Sleep is for the weak. Suddenly, we hear screaming from the room next door. Me and one friend scramble to grab possible weapons, prepared to fight a thief or something. The friend who lives there calms us down, doesn't even pause the game. "Oh, don't worry. It's just the Shadow Man." "What the fuck you talking about, mate?" Turns out his mom's been stalked by a shadow creature since she was little. It shows up and gives her sleep paralysis, nightmares, and bruises. It only leaves if she screams or someone else yells at it. My friend and both his parents have seen it. I actually saw it a couple times myself. The thing is kind of a prick. They never really found a way to get rid of it, and it's never done anything that made them fear for their lives, so they just kind of tolerate it. It used to come harass me and my friends occasionally when we spent the night. I could tell a few stories if you guys want. Alright, this is from the first time I actually saw it doing stuff. Be playing video games another time. It's a little past midnight. We were always up late because this friend had a killer game set up. The room has no windows. The only source of light is the ceiling light in the middle of the room at any time anyway. We're playing games. Suddenly, one of my two friends freezes up. She's staring at the corner of the room, above the TV. There's this weird mass of shadow there. It's hard to describe, especially since the walls of this room were painted black anyway. God damn it, friend. Why black? We all watch as this mass moves along the wall towards the bed where we're at. Two friends start to freak out. The one who first saw it demands we hold hands while she starts quoting the Bible. I'm not exactly scared, but I want them to calm down, so okay. The thing starts shifting and warping around on the wall while she speaks. It finally just glides across the ceiling over to the door, under the door, and out of the room. We stop and listen in silence. A few minutes later, my friend's mom starts screaming. It did this the next time we stayed over too. But that time, the ceiling light went out when it left. There are more. It got progressively more asshole-ish every time I went there over the summer. Actually, there was a lot of creepy shit in my town when I was growing up. So the next time I met this thing, it actually looked like a person. Be towards the end of the summer. My friends and I decide to go to bed at like 1 in the morning. There are 4 of us and only one bed. I'm taking the floor. I fall asleep at the foot of the bed. I wake up later in the night. My friends are all snoring. I try to see what time it is from the alarm clock by the TV. I can see the red glow of the alarm clock, but there's something in the way. There shouldn't be anything there. I slowly realize there's a pair of shoes like 2 feet from my head. Someone is standing in front of me, blocking the alarm clock. I immediately realize it's the shadow prick. My sleepy brain doesn't really register that it can fuck shit up, though. Eventually, my eyes can make out the silhouette of it. It's staring at my friends. I become offended because that's creepy. What the fuck, shadow prick? Stop stalking teenagers in their sleep. I try to smack its leg with my pillow and tell it to get out. It's too early for this shit. The last thing I remember is the thing moving over me. I woke up the next morning to my friends being upset. Apparently the clock stopped last night at exactly 3:33. I decided not to tell them the shadow prick was watching them sleep. I later discovered a weird set of bruises on the back of my neck, but I kind of shrugged it off. I had long hair, so no one really saw them anyway.
The first part of this was sleep paralysis, but the second part is what really spooked me. Sleep paralysis, lucid dream state. Middle of the night. I wake up and have to go to the bathroom. I roll off my bed lazily and stand up. I open my door to the hallway and start to walk down towards the bathroom. I walk past the laundry room where I've had previous paranormal experiences. I see this strange light float across to the room where we store all of my dead brother's possessions. I watch the strange light waves sweep past from one door to the other. I continue walking, trying to process what happened. but also trying to soldier on and not let it scare me. I've experienced things like this while actually awake before. When I pass through where the light was, everything starts slowing down. If you've ever done air duster, stupid, I know, but it's a decent comparison, it's like how everything starts to fade to black. My body is moving in slow motion, but my mind is racing, desperately wanting to make it to the bathroom door so I can lean up against it. The slow motion continues, and I finally make it to the door when everything starts to fade to black. Gone. Now I'm trapped in a dark void. I can feel my body, but I can't see it. I'm rotating in circles, and the rotation switches infrequently. I start to see the form of a dark figure, even darker than the darkness of the black void. I wake up and see my cat sitting on my coffee table. He's staring at the door, just swishing his tail back and forth. I can't move my body, and I feel like he knows it, but he doesn't care. In fact, it feels like he has something to do with it. I realize I'm probably experiencing sleep paralysis just from what I've read about it. I try pulling my body up as hard as I can, tensing every muscle. I start to get up, and in that moment I actually wake up. I lay there freaked out. I still have to go. I go to the bathroom and try to put it out of my mind and go back to bed. It was extremely intense, but I realized it wasn't real, so I did a pretty good job not letting it get to me and figured I'd think about it more in the morning. I fell back asleep after a bit, and this is what got to me. I woke up a couple hours later, feeling what felt like a burning knife slicing my arm open. I was mid-rollover in my sleep, and so I woke up turning onto my side. My arm was burning, and it wasn't my imagination this time. I could see through the light coming in my window that I've got a slice, probably 8 inches long across my left bicep, and a decent amount of blood coming out of it. I immediately looked around for my cat, figuring that for some reason he got a wild hair up his ass and decided to claw me. No cat was to be found anywhere. The door was closed. I should also mention that when I woke up for real after the paralysis, my cat wasn't actually on my coffee table. I'm still not sure what exactly happened, but I usually like to figure that whatever strange thing happens to me has a logical explanation. I haven't found one for this yet, not that there isn't one to be found. I haven't had a whole lot of paranormal experiences, but I figured you guys might enjoy this one. Hope it wasn't too much to read for not a whole lot of payoff. I just figured I'd share.
B8. Sleep with my sister in bunk beds. She's bigger than me, so she gets the top bed. One particular night I have trouble sleeping, so instead of going to bed I stayed up watching TV. My sister goes to bed first. I stay until a bit later until my mom comes and starts yelling about the hour. Anon, go to sleep right now or I'm gonna take Simon away. Simon, as in my teddy bear. Such a threat, much menace. I call the night, take Simon, and go to bed right away. I just laid in bed, being unable to sleep. I can hear my sister changing sides over and over on the top bed. She's being loud with the blankets and stuff. Shut up, sis. I'm trying to sleep. Shh. Don't shush me. You're the noisy one. Shh. I'm gonna kick your butt through the mattress. You shut up. Suddenly my sister comes into the room and climbs the ladder to her bed. Apparently she was in the bathroom. Okay, nope. I pretend I have a bad dream and cry my ass out to my parents, so they let me sleep with them. I demand they change the bunk bed to normal beds, or I'll never go back to sleep in my room, 'cause reasons. Eventually they replaced the bunk bed with 2 beds, and I was happy again. Nothing like that ever happened.
Friend likes to go running through the marshes, decides to go for a run to a clear stream pretty far back into it. Realizes about halfway through that the place is almost dead silent, despite it being the middle of summer and there should be animals everywhere. Shrugs it off, keeps going, gets to the creek, decides to take a break. Notices something on the other side of the creek. Looks up, there's someone standing behind a tree over there. Stands up, ready to beat the shit out of someone if needed. Asks who the fuck they are. This is still part of her property. Whatever it is isn't human. Makes this inhuman sound, a cross between a cackle and a screech. He's grown up terrified of paranormal shit. That's not changing today. Turns around and starts booking it through the woods. This thing is scrambling after her and screeching the whole time. He gets home, slams the back door and looks outside. Nothing. He was talking to me on the phone later that night and really panicked. He kept hearing the thing moving around her property and cackle screeching most of the night. Her brothers heard it too. It trapped us in a treehouse once, but I'll explain that in a sec. Alright, so I never actually saw this fucker in a decent light. But if I remember correctly, I did nail it in the head with a rock. Be summer, still be 15, hanging out at my friend's house a couple months after this thing first followed him home. Me, him, and 2 other friends. We decide we're going to camp out in his treehouse for the night. They have a killer one, with doors, a slide down, and a crow's nest. We set up camp during the day, bring some handheld game consoles, a bunch of food. It gets to be night, we're having fun. Suddenly we hear this fucking cackle sound coming from back towards the marsh. My friend freezes up, 1,000-yard stare activated. I'm genuinely unnerved, worried there's a hobo in the woods or something though. He tells us to be quiet and explains that it's the thing from the marshes. Now my friends are shitting bricks. We should have brought weapons. I'm trying to calm them down. Maybe we can go inside before whatever it is gets to the property. We hear this screech about 20 yards away. One of my friends breaks down into tears. God damn it. There are 4 of us and 2 of us are good at fighting shit. But seriously, I need a weapon or I'm fucked. I find a fist-sized rock and pick it up. This will do. Suddenly I remember we have phones. I suggest we call my friend's parents. Apparently they absolutely refuse to believe in the weird shit on their property. They'll just be pissed off. We decide to call his older brother instead. He's got a katana and shit. They call him. He won't fucking answer his phone. Keep calling. Suddenly, we hear something climbing up one of the trees this treehouse is built on. 2 of my friends start bawling. They're not prepared for this shit. My friend looks like he's either going to kill someone or pass out. I'm scared now, because there's something substantially heavy climbing around up in the crow's nest. There's a trapdoor that leads into where we're at from the crow's nest. There's a bolt lock on the door to keep it closed in the winter or something. Someone has to lock it. I go for it. I slide the lock shut. Whatever is directly above me freezes. I hear a lock from the other side of the treehouse. My friend who isn't bawling has locked the entrance door. Good job. Suddenly I hear this thing scrabbling around over the roof of the treehouse and to the front door. We're 4 15-year-olds. We didn't need this shit, man. Dead silence. Suddenly our phone goes off. It's the older brother. Thank God. We tell him we're trapped in the treehouse. Come save our asses. He tells us not to hang up. He's coming. Suddenly a loud bang on the other side of the door. One of my friends yelps. He's shaking and scared out of her mind. We can hear the older brother coming out the back door of the house. Hurry the fuck up, man. Suddenly we hear scrabbling again. Whatever this thing is, it's going down one of the other trees, we tell the brother. He's dead silent on the other end for a minute, then quietly tells us he just watched something move back towards the edge of the property. He books it up to the treehouse. We can hear him on the other side. He asks us if we know why there are a bunch of branches barring the door. Whatever had come from the marsh was trying to bar the door, so we couldn't have opened it. Fucking terrified already, thanks. We left most of our shit there and just headed for the house. About halfway back, we realized we'd left an expensive radio back at the treehouse that my friend's dad would lose his shit over. I'm a fucking idiot, so I go back and grab it. I still have the fucking rock. I get the thing, get out of the fort, and I swear to God, I almost dropped it. There was something staring at me from the edge of the property beside a tree. This fucking thing. I decide I'm tired of being batshit terrified of it. I screech at it as loud as I can. I throw the goddamn rock. I turn and book it towards the house. I hear something behind me cackle, screech. I hope I hit it. I run back into the house. My friend's older brother locks the door behind me. We all agree never to use the treehouse again unless it is sunny as all fuck out.
I hope that you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you enjoyed tonight's story, then please subscribe to the channel, as more Greentext will appear daily. A new broadcast will appear when the clock strikes midnight Central Time.